Survive when your city falls apart. Urban Survival Guide. The concrete jungle. It's a different beast when disaster strikes. Out here, it's not just about battling the elements, it's about outsmarting panic, navigating chaos, and knowing the city's pulse better than it knows itself. We're going deep into the heart of urban survival, equipping you with the skills and knowledge to face whatever comes your way. Whether you're an experienced prepper or just starting your prepping journey, these urban survival techniques could save your life when SHTF. This isn't about fear-mongering, it's about preparedness, about taking control of your destiny. Let's get started. We humans, we often miss the whispers of danger, but in the urban jungle, those whispers are lifelines. These aren't your blaring sirens and flashing lights. These are the subtle cues, the shifts in the city's rhythm that tell you it's time to prepare. First, keep your eyes on the unusual. Long lines at banks and ATMs, people stockpiling supplies like there's no tomorrow. That's your first whisper. Then pay attention to the whispers from authority. Increased police presence, cryptic public service announcements. Those are not drills. They're telling you something. Be ready to move. Watch for unusual activity at military bases, airports and government buildings. A heightened sense of security, unusual troop movements, these are all signs that things are about to get serious. Social media feeds buzzing with rumors, local news hushed and controlled. These are your city's stress signals. Don't ignore them. Listen closely. Next, trust your gut. If the air feels different, tense, charged with uncertainty, that's your primal instinct kicking in. Don't ignore it. By recognizing these subtle early warning signs, you're buying yourself precious time. A critical head start that could mean the difference between life and death. The city speaks, you just have to learn its language. In the wild, you'd never embark on an expedition without a plan. Same goes for surviving the collapse of a city. This is my tried and tested SHTF plan, adaptable for any urban environment, whether you're in London, Toronto or Sydney. First, your safe haven. Identify a location outside the city, a friend's house, a family member's place, a predetermined safe zone. This is your ultimate destination. Next, map your escape routes. And I don't mean just one. Plan for multiple routes, avoiding major highways and bridges that will likely be clogged. Think back alleys, side streets, the paths less traveled. Your bug-out bag is your lifeline. It should contain essentials like water, non-perishable food, first aid supplies, a map and compass, a flashlight, a multi-tool and a way to purify water. Pack light, pack smart. Communication is key in a crisis. A hand-crank weather radio will keep you updated, while a whistle can signal for help. Cash is king when the grid goes down, so have some on hand. Practice makes perfect. Do dry runs of your evacuation plan, familiarize yourself with your routes, and make sure your bug-out bag is ready to go at a moment's notice. When the city's on fire, the last thing you want to be is a moth to a flame. This is where the grey man technique comes in, the art of blending in, of becoming invisible in a sea of chaos. It's about disappearing into the background, avoiding any unnecessary attention. First, your attire. Ditch the flashy clothes, the expensive gear, anything that screams target. Think ordinary, think drab, think invisible, think grey. Your movements should be purposeful, yet blend in with the flow. Avoid making eye contact, keep your head down and walk with a steady pace. Don't draw attention to yourself. Timing is everything. Travel during off-peak hours, avoid crowds, avoid gatherings, avoid any situation where you might stand out. Remember, the goal is to be the grey man, the one nobody remembers seeing. Be observant, but don't stare. Be aware of your surroundings, but don't make it obvious. Avoid confrontations. If approached, be polite but distant. Your goal is to de-escalate, to disengage, to disappear back into the crowd. Chapter 4, How to Build the Ultimate Emergency Go Bag That Won't Make You Look Like a Prepper. Your go bag is your lifeline, your portable survival kit, but it shouldn't scream prepper. It needs to be discreet, functional, and, ready to grab at a moment's notice. First, choose the right bag. Avoid camouflage patterns or tactical gear. A nondescript backpack or duffel bag is ideal. Next, pack smart. Water is your top priority, followed by high-calorie, non-perishable food items. Think energy bars, trail mix, dried fruit. A first aid kit is essential, packed with bandages, antiseptic wipes, pain relievers, and any personal medications. Shelter is crucial. A lightweight tarp, a space blanket, and a warm hat and gloves can make all the difference in a cold, urban environment. A flashlight and extra batteries are a must, along with a multi-tool, a whistle, and a compass. Don't forget about hygiene. Pack hand sanitizer, toilet paper, and wet wipes. Keep your documents safe and accessible. A waterproof pouch containing your ID, passport, medical information, and cash is essential. Consider a small, portable water filter. Being able to purify water from questionable sources is a game changer. Chapter 5. Timing is everything in an urban evacuation. Wait too long, and you'll be caught in a gridlock nightmare, a sea of desperate humanity all trying to escape at once. So how do you know when to make the call? It's not an exact science, but there are key indicators to watch for. First, trust your gut. If your instincts are screaming at you to get out, listen to them. Don't wait for official confirmation. Remember, you're not panicking, you're preparing. Second, monitor the situation closely. Is the power flickering? Are phone lines down? Are stores running out of essential supplies? These are all signs that the situation is deteriorating. Third, watch the behavior of others. Are your neighbors packing up their cars? Are people fleeing the city in droves? This is a clear indication that it's time to go. Don't wait for the official evacuation order. By then it's already too late. Fourth, consider the nature of the threat. Is it a natural disaster, a civil unrest situation, or something else entirely? Each situation will have its own unique set of indicators. Do your research and be prepared by being proactive, by trusting your instincts, and by monitoring the situation closely. You can make the call when it matters most. Chapter 6. When the city's arteries are clogged with fear, you need to know the back roads, the secret pathways, the escape routes they don't put on maps. This is where local knowledge becomes your lifeline. Start by studying your city like a soldier plans for battle. Identify secondary roads, alleyways, even footpaths that can bypass major choke points. Look for alternative ways to cross rivers or canals, old bridges, footbridges, even ferry routes that might still be operational. Now let me introduce you to PACE. Primary, alternate, contingency, and emergency. A system used by security professionals to ensure multiple escape options. Your primary route is your fastest, most direct way out. But if that's blocked, you need an alternate. The contingency route is your plan C, a less obvious, perhaps more challenging path. And finally, the emergency route, your last resort, might involve navigating rough terrain or even abandoning your vehicle. Don't rely solely on GPS. Technology can fail, especially in a crisis. A good old-fashioned map and compass are invaluable. Chapter 7. Now let's talk about the long game. Full-scale societal collapse. It's a scenario nobody wants to think about, but it's one we should all be prepared for. The good news is, you don't need a bunker or $1 million budget to survive. It's about resourcefulness, adaptability, and a whole lot of grit. First things first, water is life. Learn to collect and purify rainwater. A simple DIY water filtration system can be a lifesaver. Next, food security. Start a small garden, even if it's just a few pots on a balcony. Learn to identify edible plants in your area. Canning and preserving food are essential skills to develop. Energy independence is key. Invest in a solar charger for your electronics. Learn basic fire starting techniques. A wood-burning stove can provide heat and cooking capabilities. Security becomes paramount in a lawless world. Learn basic self-defense techniques. Consider forming a community defense group with trusted neighbors. Don't underestimate the power of knowledge. Learn basic first aid, wilderness survival skills, and how to fix things. These skills will be invaluable in a post-collapse world. Look, the city can change in a heartbeat. What seems solid, unshakable, can crumble faster than you think. This urban survival guide has been vetted by British preppers, UK urban prepper experts, and preparedness communities worldwide. These are the techniques that work, the skills that can make the difference between being a victim and a survivor. Whether you're concerned about temporary civil collapse or full-scale SHTF scenarios, these prepping for survival techniques work in any urban environment. Remember, luck favors the prepared. Don't wait until the sirens are wailing to start your preparedness journey. The city's a jungle, but with the right knowledge, you can not only survive, you can thrive.